Seiring perkembangan zaman, kopi kini menjadi banyak incaran para pengusaha khususnya di bisnis food and beverage. Namun bagaimana kalau bisnis kopinya ialah specialty coffee yang biji kopinya dikontrol mulai dari pengelolaan tanaman kopi, penyortiran green beans, proses menyangrai, sampai ke tangan barista. Kita simak tips dan triknya dalam liputan bisnis recipe berikut ini.
Pemirsa, jika kita berbicara mengenai bisnis food and beverages alias F&B, kopi ini menjadi salah satu yang paling banyak diincar dan digemari oleh para pebisnis di Indonesia. Karena memang kalau kita melihat datanya, tren kopi ini selalu berkembang dari tahun ke tahun. Bahkan seperti yang kita ketahui, ngopi bukan hanya sebuah aktivitas saja, melainkan sudah menjadi bagian dari gaya hidup masyarakat kita. Bagaimana tidak jika melihat hasil data riset studi yang dilakukan oleh tim Snapchart yang mengobservasi tren konsumsi kopi terhadap 4.538 konsumen, di tahun 2023 terdapat 79% peminum kopi di Indonesia dan kebanyakan di antara mereka minum kopi setiap hari, mulai dari peminum kopi botolan hingga penikmat kopi seduhan. Baik kopi siap minum yang mudah didapatkan di minimarket dan toko kelontong hingga di kafe-kafe tempat nongkrong anak muda. Melansir sumber data yang sama, ada berbagai alasan bagi mereka untuk meminum kopi setiap hari. Sebanyak 40% suara memilih meminum kopi ketika mengantuk, sementara di posisi kedua sebesar 33% minum kopi untuk menghabiskan waktu luang di rumah, dan 33% lainnya menikmati waktu istirahat mereka di kantor, ataupun di sekolah dan juga di kampus. Mbak, saya mau americano satu ya.
Untuk di sini?
Iya.
Oke, kalau gitu ditunggu ya kan, nanti kita anterin.
Siap, terima kasih.
Terima kasih, ditunggu ya.
Dan pemirsa, ternyata banyak banget nih jumlah konsumen kopi di Indonesia. Itu kalau merujuk data. Kalau di lapangan seperti apa ya? Kalau gitu kita akan cari tahu seperti apa. Ikuti saya ya.
Saya termasuk yang hobi ngopi sih, jadi bisa dibilang tuh nggak bisa kerja cepet kalau nggak ngopi duluan gitu. Dan saya masukannya tipe kopi yang strong sih.
Kalau saya cukup orang yang suka banget sama kopi. Kalau sekarang sih karena dari circle juga ya, jadi teman-teman suka ngopi, jadi kita ikut juga lagi suka ngopi.
Nggak banyak sih, cukup satu kali aja. Soalnya kalau lebih dari satu cup tuh bisa pusing gitu.
Kalau sekarang sehari bisa 4 sampai 5 kali ya. Kalau sekarang sih lebih karena nongkrong yang pertama, abis itu lama-lama jadi habit, kebiasaan. Jadi kayak bahkan sekarang udah nyetok kopi di rumah. Jadi udah nge-grind sendiri, bikin tubruk, pagi-pagi ngopi. Udah.
Kalau saya tuh suami sih kebetulan dia coffee addict gitu ya. Jadi tiap hari tuh bisa ngopi mungkin berapa ya, lebih dari 5 cup lah. Dan dia maunya ya juga yang specialty coffee. Terus jadi saya juga ikut-ikutan kalau kita kerja bareng di cafe atau di mana di rumah gitu pasti ngopi bareng. Sebelum kerja, jadi kalau kerja pagi ya saya pagi, kalau kerja siang-siang gitu.
Karena kalau sekarang sih betul banget udah jadi gaya hidup dan bahkan udah jadi support system kayaknya ya buat orang-orang yang kerja. Kadang udah jadi kebiasaan, habit ngopi sambil kerja, ngopi sambil kerja. Kadang beberapa coffee shop tuh juga sudah nyediain tempat kayak to go gitu. Ngambil, gampang, langsung buat kerja.
Wah, pesanan saya udah datang nih pemirsa. Siap, makasih ya.
Sama-sama.
Ya, pemirsa, berdasarkan data dan juga prediksi dari Asosiasi Kopi dan Coklat Indonesia, di tahun 2023 lalu diprediksi ada sekitar 10.000 kedai kopi yang ada di Indonesia dengan valuasi sekitar 80 triliun rupiah. Dengan peningkatan jumlah kedai dan juga para konsumen yang sangat suka kopi, ini turut berdampak terhadap perekonomian. Salah satunya adalah volume produksi dari kopi. Ya, volume produksi kopi nasional juga konsisten meningkat tiap tahunnya sejak 2020. Bahkan di tahun 2022, Indonesia memproduksi 794,8 ribu ton kopi alias meningkat sekitar 1,1%. Bahkan menjadikan Indonesia sebagai negara produsen terbesar nomor 3 di dunia. Besarnya pasar kopi modern di Indonesia memang sebagian besar didorong oleh ekspansi dari jaringan usaha kopi lokal yang telah banyak berkembang sejak beberapa tahun terakhir. Dan pemirsa, untuk mengetahui sebenarnya seperti apa tren dan juga bagaimana para pengusaha ini mencoba terjun di dunia bisnis perkopian di Indonesia, sudah bersama kami Chef McNamara selaku CEO and founder dari Expat Roasters. Hi, Chef, how's life?
Very good, very good.
Thank you for coming from Bali to Jakarta for this conversation. So the very first question, what makes you and what led you to establish the Expat Roasters in Indonesia, seeing that there are so many enthusiasm in business industries?
Yeah. Well, thank you for having me today as well. And for me, I was in Australia and I was watching from afar this amazing excitement of Indonesia, the coffee industry, the economy growth. And I could see all of this hype and excitement happening here. And it led me to bring my whole family over and set up the business and create like a full service coffee company where we not only did just cafes, but we always had the focus to be able to expand across Indonesia with wholesale, retail, and our training and education departments as well. So,
tell me more about the journey, the background story of the establishment of the Expat Roasters.
Well, we saw this opportunity, and we said, the industry, economy, the growth, the excitement, everything was happening. So we really wanted to make an impact and integrate ourselves straight into the coffee community. But the coffee community at not just the consumer level, but also the baristas, the farmers, everyone who's involved, the roasters, everyone who's involved in the coffee industry and the community through Indonesia. So in 2016, we not only opened our doors, but we started working directly with farmers, people processing coffee through Bali, Sumatra, West Java, Sulawesi, Toraja. We had this great time of exploring a coffee growing nation that is also a coffee consuming nation, and the speed of everything changing and developing so fast that we came in through that, and ever since then we've had amazing relationships that have been built. We've had some friendships, some partnerships that have lasted since those first days that are still very strong today in wholesale partners or retail partners. I still have people coming into our stores. I had someone send me a message saying I was in Jakarta on Instagram. I was in Jakarta, and I remember still going to your first store back in 2017, when not long after you opened it. So it's good to see that there's the consumers are still traveling around and still supporting us all these years later too.
It's quite interesting because it's more than 5 years you're here in Indonesia, and talking about the latest condition, what do you think about nowadays condition about people or the customers of the coffee in general and compared to the 2016? Is it rising significantly?
Yeah, it's I think that it's worlds apart. When I came and I was looking at Indonesia, and I was traveling to Jakarta in 2015 and seeing the trends and seeing what was happening, but from where it was then to where it is now is worlds apart. We have had some of the most amazing roasters come out of Indonesia, some of the best baristas come out of Indonesia, all these people that have really helped to develop some of the farmers that we're working with, that we still work with now, that we started with. They're doing international specialty coffee. That last year when I was in Greece, and I sat down at one of the best cafes in Greece, and they brought out a coffee from one of the farmers that we work with in West Java, and you know, for us to sit there and see his coffee in one of the best specialty coffee shops in the world in Greece, but being served, you know, we were super proud to see that. It was a lovely moment, you know, and it was great. It was good to see it, but it's also good to see how it's developed and how it's changed through that time.
You have told us about the great and amazing experiences in Indonesia and in your business, but at 2019 and 2020, it was a pandemic COVID-19, and how did you survive with expat roasters? How did you survive?
Well, I think that when the pandemic hit, it was a tough time for everyone. There was the communities around the world were all affected, right? So we weren't immune to that. In Bali, Bali almost closed down, right? There was no international tourism. Domestic tourism slowed at first to make sure that, with social distancing, and it made it very hard. So all of our wholesale customers stopped buying. We had our cafes all drop in numbers, and we made the decision to go into COVID as a family with all of our staff. We made a decision to go in as a family, and we said, if the hours slow down for one person, the hours slow down for everyone. No one will be laid off, no one will be fired, no one will be, we'll stick in this together. And then as we drop, if we have to drop our hours down to do less hours, we will drop them down together. No one's immune. From the heads of the company down to the new recruits and trainees and things, we were all in it together. And through that time, we really adapted, and we learned how to do more online. We were running training courses online. We were running sales and developing things online, which was all new to us. But at the same time, it was it was exciting to learn, and it's also set us up now.
Well, your business in coffee is getting bigger and bigger, not only in Bali, but you're expanding to Jakarta, right? And knowing that in Indonesia, there are a huge amount of the players and competitors in this business. Yep. What makes expat roasters different than the other brands?
Yeah, we came into Indonesia with a focus on being a full-service coffee company. So and still today, I think that really sets us apart in lots of ways, where we've got a real understanding from a farm level and what's happening with farming communities in Indonesia, right through to roasting, and the quality of the roasting we're doing, and our training and our wholesale services that we deliver, I think are still more advanced and more integrated into people's businesses than other companies out there. We try to make sure that our wholesale partners, become partners, and we grow together, not just selling product. And then with our cafes, we try and bring in all that experience from all of that and bring it into our cafes and deliver product that is the best of what we can possibly do, the best of what we've learned from everyone else, and bring it in. We're still traveling around the world. We're still seeing what's happening. We're still at different expos and trade shows.
And simply say that the products or the coffee that you have served, or the cafe and the expat roasters serve, is the premium or the specialty coffee, right? And it makes you different than the other brands.
Our coffee, we believe our coffee is the best, right? Nothing goes through our roastery that we're not proud of. So we're doing high grade specialty coffee, roasting with some of the highest or the best technology that we can do in our roasting or our QC practices. For roasters around the world, when we talk about the QC practices that we have, and the quality control and the quality that we go through, most people don't understand the level of detail that we do. So not only are we buying delicious coffee from amazing coffee farmers around Indonesia, but then we're bringing in, we're roasting it, then our practices afterwards to make sure that we've got no defects or any little things that might have slipped through somewhere else. We're trying to catch those at the end. And then to serve in our cafes or to help train and develop our wholesale partners to serve the best coffee absolutely possible, right? So, we believe that we're doing what we can to serve an amazing specialty coffee, and to thousands of people, every hour, every whatever around Indonesia. So.
And one of the products that you sell, and it's quite signature for nowadays, is this one, right?
This one, yeah.
BOA coffee.
Exactly.
As a person who have worked for like 20 years in coffee industry in Australia, what are the obstacles? What are the obstacles when you work and you establish the business in Indonesia?
Yeah.
Like the regulations or maybe the ecosystem by the government. Does the regulation make you very easy to create and to be in the industry?
I think there's challenges no matter where you are in the world, and the challenges are just different. So sometimes there's challenges. In Australia, for instance, we don't really grow. There's a little bit of coffee grown in Australia, but the far majority of coffee is imported into Australia. That's a challenge. There's challenges in importing, storing, all that sort of thing for Australia. Where Indonesia, we're blessed to be a coffee growing nation as well. But one of the challenges then you face is climate challenges. You face distribution challenges. Sometimes if you're trying to bring coffee from Toraja to Bali, or from Aceh to Bali, there's challenges in distribution. There's all that sort of thing.
Including El Nino.
Right. So there's, no matter where you are, there's going to be challenges. So, challenges with, regulations, certifications. In Indonesia are, I think there's always going to be those challenges. So going into business, I think you have to understand those. But uniquely different to Indonesia is that we're a coffee consumer and grower at the same time. So being able to get, which is very lucky, we're blessed.
After what you have achieved until now, what are the next steps you're going to take for the nearest future?
Yeah, the nearest future, we've got some more stores opening up. So we've got some more stores in East Java. We've got some more stores in Makassar. We've got another store opening up. We've got Bali. We're opening up a
new store.
Well, we're building a new roasting facility that we're trying to integrate a cafe into it, but we want to have it as open as possible, so you can see through the glass and you can see right into our roasting facility. You can see into our facility of our roasting, so you can understand what a commercial roaster looks like. You can understand our QC practices, the green beans we're buying, the roasted coffee we're sending out. We want to have, as much as we can have transparent, we have transparent.
And I think one more and one last question. I think it's quite important since there are so many people who want to start their business in food and beverages, especially in coffee. What are your tips for them who want to start this business?
Yeah, I think there's definitely you need strength in what you deliver. So you need to know what your business is, and we're predominantly a coffee roaster. We're a coffee company. We try to stay true to that as we can possibly be. We have supporting things that we do. We have food in some outlets. We have less food in other outlets. We do, but we're a coffee company. We're strong. And I think There's a tendency sometimes to try and be everything to everyone. And I think sometimes when you do that, you can fail quickly. Sometimes if you try to cut corners, try to save too much money, try to, that can also do it. But if you get good quality products, good produce, good ingredients, have great service, and great people who can execute the product, all that service. So whether it's great baristas, great chefs, great wait staff, and your front of house people, great sales teams or great customer service teams, no matter what your business is. But if you've got the service and the product to back it up, you've done everything else well. You know what lane you're in. You know what you do. You know what you sell. I believe you should be successful anyway.
Well, that's all the tips. That's from you.
Also,
yeah.
if you are going into the F&B business at all, also partnering with the right partners who can support, like where someone like Expat Roasters, we can do, all of your training and your support for you, and so to make sure that you're getting those years of experience, and you've got a partner that's got all the experience and all the knowledge that they can pass on to you, and they're open to passing it on to you and open to help support you, I think is also important as well. So you don't have to just do it on your own, that you can rely on other people to help you and support you.
Well, that's nice. That's nice advice coming from Shay McNamara, the CEO and founder of Expat Roasters. Thank you for joining with us in CNBC Indonesia. Can I drink this?
Thank you.
Coffee?
Cheers.
Cheers. This one is Americano.
A flat white, this one, I think, yeah.
Pemirsa, jadi bukan batu bara dan juga sawit saja yang menjadi komoditas pendorong PDB, tapi kopi juga bisa loh. Dan tadi kita udah membahas mengenai industri dan juga cuan yang didapatkan dari kopi, dan juga kita bisa melihat secercah tips untuk kamu yang mau mulai bisnis di dunia kopi. Kalau gitu dari Jakarta, Rian Antono, Terry dan juga Indra, CNBC Indonesia Beyond Business. Saksikan informasi mengenai tips dari bisnis selanjutnya di Bisnis Resepi. Sampai jumpa.